You are now listening to the #1 wrestling podcast on the internet, Outside the Ring, with your hosts, Jason Murphy and Troy Austin. Now, let's go outside the ring.
I've had enough. I'll make them say they'll never take another drop of blood from me and judge you all on final bound.
Welcome to another installment of Outside the Ring.
Oh man, this music is so much better than Barrett's current music.
That's why our producers are #1. They didn't.
God.
They were telling us before the show that they were going to do the new Wade Barrett theme because Wade obviously got
We got
hurt.
the new Wade Barrett theme, and we got a new intro too.
We got a new
We got an
intro.
actual intro instead of Michael Buffer.
We are big time here at Outside the Ring. We spare no expenses. There you go. And as the radio guy said, I am the one, the only Jason. I got nothing other than
Yeah, baby, I'm #1 contender.
there you go.
Jericho's not saying much anymore.
No, he's kind of doing his robot voice now again,
He is.
sorta.
He's reverting back to what he was, and I'm not saying that's bad. I mean I like Jericho no matter what, but I mean.
By the way, my last name is Murphy. I forgot to say my last name. I said, yeah, baby.
I said
and
Murphy, and his,
oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, I'm sorry. We're out of. We haven't done this in 2 weeks.
He is Jason Murphy.
Okay, and alongside the one, the only Troy. No Brodus Clay for like the 4th week in a row. You are melting right now in studio. You are happy.
Yes.
Austin.
That's because they put him back to FCW.
Yeah.
He's
You
done
think
on
he's going to
TV.
get repackaged
I
again?
hope so. Because honestly,
Jeez.
look at what he did in the ring. What did he do?
What's he doing in FCW? Is he doing the character
I don't
that
know,
he's...
I don't know if he's in FCW, but they took him off TV.
I know
to hone
Vince
his,
said he was not ready.
no,
And
he
I'm
wasn't.
sure Triple H and everybody else agreed. Whoever idea was to bring him up now.
like Punk said, Triple H was sitting in bed going, "Well, I just don't think he's got what it takes."
I guess so.
But no, Brodus Clay. I mean, what did he do?
I don't know.
I mean, in the ring, what did he do? Punch, 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 rub his ass on people.
Threw his boobies around quite a bit.
Threw his man boobs around.
That was
and
about
did,
it.
And did that lobbing crossbody where he didn't even jump. He just kind of lobbed his fat ass at somebody. It's stupid.
By the way, our social media updates, Twitter, Outside the Ring, #1. We are now over 40 followers, baby.
We're close to 40. We're not over 40 yet.
I got ahead of
I think we
myself.
got 39.
Well, we're close. I
Something
said
like that.
40.
We went up a few likes on Facebook. So
Yep, Outside the Ring there. And then our email, Troy.
Outside the ring 316 at gmail.com. Haven't gotten much in it yet.
We
Haven't gotten
actually
much in it.
have. I've been getting text messages from friends of mine from Cleveland that still listen to the show. And instead of emailing us, they've been sending me text messages.
They go straight to the source.
They go right to my phone and go, hey, I got a question for you on Outside the Ring this week. So I got a few that we will get to at the end of the show. But if you do have questions for us that you people that don't know our phone numbers, please.
Phone numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Please
I was gonna say, we
email
don't
us.
have a phone number for the show yet.
Email us. Hit us up on Twitter. Comment on YouTube here. That's
Facebook, all that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, don't blow our phones up.
We do have some questions we will get to at the end of the show,
Yes.
though. But as always, it is time. We haven't done this for 2 weeks. Headlines, let's go! All right. Only 3 minutes this week to get into headlines. That's pretty good. We don't have a lot of headlines either.
No, we don't have a lot of headlines, but they're pretty major headlines.
They are pretty major. The ones we wrote down here are crack staff at Outside the Ring. So, a lot of people saying John Cena's best promo ever.
No.
We're kind of on that.
No,
According to Jim Ross.
There's no there. No, it's a no for me.
Jim
ahead.
Ross.
We'll comment on
I
it.
thought some of his rapping stuff was better, but Jim Ross said it was his best promo, and this is according to Jim Ross. John Cena delivered the best promo of his career, in my opinion, when addressing The Rock in their long-awaited WrestleMania 28 main event. Cena spoke from the heart, and I'm certain meant every word he said. Cena's words stepped away from the world of entertainment and squarely into reality, so it seemed, unquote. Your
So in
thoughts?
other words, he was shooting.
Pretty much. I am
That's
almost starting.
That's like a taboo word. in the
Well,
industry.
I don't either. Their Rock and Cena are doing this very well. Where I thought they were friends. I thought they were mutual.
They are.
You think, or do you think Cena really has an issue with them?
They're friends. This is all.
Do you think this was
crap.
kind of a Joey style
Cena,
shoot?
Cena might have had like some animosity against The Rock because he left, blah blah blah. Shut up, Cena. Rock was in the business for what, 8 years?
So you think this was a scripted promo?
Yes,
wasn't something that John really feels?
It was. I won't say it was scripted. I'm saying it was ad-libbed, and if it was ad-libbed, I will give Cena the props for that, for coming up with all that himself. But
I still thought it was a good promo. I don't think it was as great.
It was a decent promo, but we have heard it. The promo he cut last night was basically verbatim what he cut the night after WrestleMania last year about, where's The Rock? He's not here.
I agree with you on that.
He said he wasn't going to leave, and he left. That's all Cena talks about with The Rock.
I think this is going to be a good build-up, though. I think the back and forth...
It's already been a good build-up.
Yeah.
And with The Rock being there next week...
Crap's going to hit the fan, because Rock's going to have a good promo, too. And if they can keep up the mic work...
And the thing about that is, like I said, Cena's promo has been the same for,
True.
10 months, whatever, against The Rock.
Right.
The Rock at least has different... He expresses it differently.
I think what JR's saying, though, and I respect JR's opinion, obviously,
I'm
as you
guessing
do, too.
he's meaning the best promo in this feud.
Best
promo
you
ever?
could look
No.
at John in the face, and you can tell he was very much into it, though.
Yeah.
Whether it was totally scripted and he didn't really mean it.
Yeah, but there is no reason whatsoever to call this John Cena's best promo.
No.
His promos with Lesnar back in the rapper days, those were some of his best, if you ask me.
I said it on my Twitter and Facebook the other night. I don't know if you caught it. Some of our listeners did. I said he used to have a basic degree in thugonomics. Now it's suckonomics.
Yeah.
I mean, his character is so whack. I was watching YouTube videos of when he feuded with, like, Lesnar, Taker, stuff like that. His rapping thing was must-see TV every week. His stuff was funny.
It was.
And I don't understand why they can't go back to that. But I did like the fact that Cena was a little bit more heel-ish yesterday.
He was, but...
And one of our listeners, I think Phil, said something like, I could see a little bit of that thugonomics kind of swagger Cena had. Now, if you go by that, I agree. It might have not been the best promo... Fingers up in the air.
Yeah, air quotes.
But I think it was you could see it was not a John Cena corporate kind of thing. It was more of a John Cena, like, not total rapper Cena, but you could see a little swagger in his step.
It wasn't full-on Marine either.
It wasn't, hey, I'm the good guy.
Yeah.
And even John said that. This is where I say, I respect The Rock. I don't respect The Rock. And he went on and on. And he was shooting. Maybe that's what Jim's talking about. I don't know. It was a good segment. I'm not going to blow it up and say it was the best.
It was good.
I thought it was good.
But... Again, this is not Cena's best promo ever.
John made me want to see now what The Rock's going to say. So if that was John's idea,
going to say forever.
John, I think it was a good Cena promo, not the best. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So WWE.com reports Wade Barrett suffered a partial dislocation on his left elbow during the 10-man battle royal. He did go undergo an MRI, which further evaluated this week. So now he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Probably going to miss Mania.
Yeah,
definitely going to miss Mania.
There was people saying that no, he'd be good for Mania. Then there's people saying, he won't make Mania. So
I don't know who we blame on this. Big Show tossed basically the spot.
We know Heaven Born won't be making WrestleMania.
Hey, dude, no. I'm out, buddy. Big Show tossed Ziggler in the match.
He tossed Ziggler
on top
onto Kofi and...
Cody.
Or was it Kofi?
It was
Miz.
Cody.
It was Cody.
Miz was already gone.
Yeah, it was Cody and Barrett.
Yes.
And he threw Ziggler... and Wade caught him wrong. He landed Wade wrong.
Big Show threw Ziggler too far.
Yeah,
He's too
Ziggler's
strong.
face even smacked into the announce table.
I thought Ziggler was hurt.
I thought he was too, but he was fine. Apparently, he competed in the dark match main event.
People are giving Big Show a hard time. I don't think it was Big Show's fault. I think they were supposed to catch him.
Here's the thing, though.
I mean, that's
here. Okay, Big Show. If you want to place blame on anybody, you place the blame here on Big Show for throwing him to. I mean,
right
to an extent.
To an extent.
But I mean, what you're gonna blame Ziggler who was falling through the air?
I think it was.
But I mean, okay.
I know where you're going with this.
If Big Show gets no different treatment with this,
then what the Miz?
What the hell's wrong with the Miz?
Yeah, I agree. Again,
like I said before,
I agree with that.
Like I said before on our last show,
because R-Truth didn't get hurt.
Yeah, he's
still here.
Yeah,
I mean, Wade's out for 6 to 8 weeks.
I mean, like I said on the last show that we did 2 weeks ago,
Right.
Who's to say that it wasn't R-Truth's fault there? Who's to say R-Truth didn't take off a little bit early, or he was off to the side?
Yeah,
what if
I
Miz was
agree.
in perfect position, but R-Truth screwed it up?
I agree.
And I'm not
that's
saying
true.
that just because Miz is one of my favorite wrestlers right now. I mean, it's legitimate thinking there.
I don't think Big Show or Miz, honestly, from my opinion, should be blamed. It's pro wrestling.
exactly.
It's pro wrestling. Things happen. This was a horrible accident, and if you notice, rewind it, if you DVR'd it, you could hear Wade Barrett screaming, and I think he was saying some F-bombs because he was in pain.
He dropped at least one F-bomb because I heard the sound cut out.
The sound
And then
cut out.
You had referees going out there. They threw up that infamous X.
Which sometimes they fake
they
that.
stage that because people are catching on that means there's an injured wrestler.
Hell, Cena did it last week, if you notice, when Ryder got hurt and Cena was acting like he was putting up the X chop. But
the X means like nothing anymore.
Right. Jericho, if you notice, and I caught this and I put it on Twitter and
about
Facebook.
How he asked what happened with
Read
Wade.
lips.
Yeah.
He was like, he does this thing with Punk. He gets out of the ring. And I don't know if Jericho still thought he was on camera. I don't think he did. I think he thought Raw went off the air because he goes to the other side of the ring and you could clearly read his lips. How's Wade or what
happened with Wade? Yeah.
You know, it was kind of funny because Jericho's doing the poopy face face, and he goes on the other side, and then all of a sudden it's concern.
Yeah.
While Punk's still in the ring. You know, so get well soon, Wade. That sucks because Orton is hurt now. We don't know what's going on with Orton. I'm guessing he'll be back by Mania.
Probably. It was only
and again, that could
it was
still
only a concussion. I've had a concussion before, and I was good to go in about 4 weeks.
Wade that's going to be a miss because I think Wade would have been in the
would have been
Money in the Bank, which is being talked about. We'll see. So there's been a lot of praise for Triple H lately. His promo skills getting a lot of the younger guys are giving Triple H props about his promo work.
Are you sure that they're actually giving him props because it was good promos, or you think they're giving him props to try to keep their damn jobs?
That could be both. So a lot of people saying the Undertaker Triple H promos pretty on the edge. I thought the one with Triple H and Shawn Michaels was very good.
The one last week was really good. The one this week was...
It was okay. It was okay. I think Taker's a little rusty.
If you followed us on Facebook or Twitter,
you're not.
I'm not thrilled about this match.
You don't think it's gonna be good though?
I'm not saying it won't be good, but this will be the third time, second by WWE's logic.
We'll get to this, but I think I thought about that too, and obviously I was in the same boat until they dropped this match. If they will sell this over the top if they have the blood. If Vince allows one time only,
they won't.
Because this match has to be epic.
And I don't.
There's so
I don't
much.
Understand why they don't let them like Blade on pay-per-view.
Because it's Hell in a Cell.
For it.
There is one good thing about this: that the Hell in a Cell. We will get to this again. I want you probably already know there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match with Triple H and
they made it
Undertaker.
Triple H demanded it be a Hell in a Cell to end it.
To end it all.
Because he's saying that Undertaker wants Triple H to end it.
Right.
To basically put him out of his misery.
Right. And basically, Triple H says under one condition, Hell in a Cell. I thought this has to be. I mean, there's only been 2 Hell in a Cell match. The first Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania sucked. It was Boss Man and Undertaker.
That's where Boss Man got hung.
He got hung. I don't see Triple H getting hung.
The Brood.
The Brood, the Ministry.
I don't remember if they came out and climbed up or if they rappelled down onto it. Then they lowered a friggin' noose down.
It was during the Attitude Era, obviously.
Yeah.
I still think...
I'm surprised he didn't get a bloodbath while he was swinging there.
This, to me, they needed to do something like this. Because, like you said, the match has gotten stale.
I was thinking it was either going to be...
We heard reports...
Last Man Standing.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't like that.
Right.
Well, maybe. But Hell in a Cell...
Yeah.
That
Last Man Standing. They did the hardcore thing at last year.
What else can you do?
Really?
I mean,
you can't stretch it out for a
if it was one-on-one, it would have sucked.
Yeah.
I would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe Shawn Michaels could be something in this.
It was on one of the forums last night. Somebody said or who was it? I don't remember. But they said that they need to go back and take away the win from Undertaker against Giant Gonzalez because everybody lost in that match.
Everybody, including us. Oh, God. So one more headline to get to. Somebody else is now shooting on The Rock, and this was a anonymous source. So somebody backstage had this quote about The Rock. We don't know who this was. You could take a guess
So what
here.
was it? Somebody sent this to PW Insider or
Yes,
something like that?
and said that they'll tell their feelings about The Rock, but they can't. They had to be anonymous. This is what they said. He's here for himself. He keeps to himself, and he keeps someone who's actually touring here all year from making a big payday at the bigger shows. It's all about making the biggest mania, the biggest mania of all time. Okay, then what do we do the rest of the year? Who's been made? Do you think he took any blame for the Survivor Series not drawing? Of course, we know The Miz got that blame.
Yeah, which is bull crap.
Of course not, but how do you feud with a guy on the Titantron? Cena nailed the guy dead on tonight. He goes on one more time and says, say anything about Triple H, Taker, etc., still being in the top spot, but if they were needed to work the road, they would do it and work their asses off still as much as they needed to. Rock is out for Rock, and the idea here is he's to do better anything to budget his own wallet, basically, is the guy saying. It's the biggest work of 2012.
Honestly,
Unquote.
This sounds too well thought out to not be.
We've heard
to not be something that like Miz did. Like Miz was the anonymous person that sent this in, or
I don't think it's Miz.
Somebody.
CM Punk has been pretty blatant calling him Dwayne. CM Punk has an issue apparently with The Rock. We don't know too much about
I don't
it.
know why. I mean, if it really is, if these guys are really that pissed off about, oh, he left the business, he went to Hollywood, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Guess what? He paved the, and I'm not saying this to try to be a raging Rock fanboy or anything, but he paved the way for people like Cena to be in movies. And if you want to go back even further, Hulk Hogan paved the way for
The Rock. I mean, we'll end headlines
The Rock,
right here.
Yeah. The Rock,
go ahead and shoot.
yeah. The Rock was in the company for, 8 years?
8 years.
Somewhere around there. He did everything he could. He won every title he could. He moved on to better things. I don't see what the big ass problem is.
I'm going to shoot with you here. I agree with you.
I honestly think it's because Cena's jealous because he can't make a movie.
I don't think
get a theatrical release.
I don't think it's Cena. I think it's for some reason, and I love the guy, I think it's CM Punk. We heard reports of Randy Orton, too. I think Randy has moved on, supposedly, but it's mostly CM Punk and a few other guys. Here's my thing.
I really think this is some kind of a shoot. Some kind of a worked shoot.
I don't know. Here's the thing. You nailed it on the head. The Rock, if it wasn't for The Rock, these guys... Okay, maybe Cena has no problem with The Rock being a movie star, and this is all a shoot.
Yeah.
But if he honestly does, hey, John, newsflash, you made movies too. You tried to branch out.
Leave. I was still here every week.
Okay.
All you're doing, John, is working yourself into an
And they
early
were
grave.
all WWE movies.
Exactly.
They worked around his
The
schedule.
Rock never did a WWE movie.
Exactly.
He was in movies before WWE films even came into existence.
They might have came into existence because they saw The Rock's budget.
The Rock started with what? The Scorpion King?
Yeah. That was his first movie.
And it blossomed from there.
And newsflash, The Mummy was huge already.
Yeah.
That franchise.
Just because you're jealous of him, John.
I still don't think it's John, though. I think John is just doing the character thing.
Yeah.
I think CM Punk has the big issue with The Rock.
I was saying, even for Punk, he's out for himself. Ooh, he's out for himself. But,
because
okay.
CM Punk has been on radio shows saying that, he likes John Cena more because John works his tail off. And no one's arguing that Cena works his butt off. And so does The Miz. People hating on The Miz. He sells his ass off.
Okay, you want to act like this? The Rock went to movies. He doesn't care about wrestling. Blah, blah, blah. Ronald Reagan became president. Did he not care about the movies before
Exactly.
that? Arnold Schwarzenegger became governor of California. Did he not care?
What's Arnold doing now?
About his movie career?
And Arnold went back to movies. So The Rock is going back to his roots. The Rock doesn't need the money, guys.
No, he doesn't.
Why do you think The Rock honestly came back to Raw? Troy, do you think he came back honestly,
For the money?
For the money?
No.
Or to sell his Twitter account? Hell, The Rock could have went on Jay Leno and said, hey, I got a Twitter account. People would have followed him.
The Rock could retire right now, and his kids and his kids' kids could be living off of his money for the rest of their lives.
The Rock loves the interaction with the fans.
Yeah,
period.
what he wanted to do is he wanted to reach that audience beyond wrestling.
Yep.
Because there may be people where, like, before he got into movies, or you go up to him and you say, oh, it's The Rock, and they're like, so what? He's a wrestler. Then he gets into the movies, and he does, the Scorpion King and the bigger movies, and you say, hey, The Rock, and they're like, oh, yeah, that guy's great. He's a good actor. Then you say, he was a wrestler before then. Oh, yeah.
Right, and a lot of people don't know about him. And now here's the way. Yeah.
Honestly, John Cena says, oh, well, I connect with everybody, blah, 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 all this. The Rock was doing it way before you, Cena.
By the way, this anonymous guy that says who's Rock put over, he's about to, I think, honestly, he's about to put over John Cena and make John Cena
honestly,
a superstar.
It honestly doesn't need to happen that way.
But this guy will shut up pretty damn quick if he puts over Cena.
I will accept The Rock losing to Cena if there is a heel turn.
We've said that many times. But still, Rock, just like Hogan, everybody was on Hulk's back. Hulk don't put no one over. Hulk sucks. Hulk this. Hogan put over The Rock at WrestleMania 18. Clean, pinned him, 1, 2, 3.
I mean, it's the
Shut up, people.
It's the, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, whatever. Andre put Hogan over.
Yep.
Hogan put Rock over.
Very good analogy.
Rock's going to put Cena over.
Hell, Rock put Stone Cold over
more sirens.
multiple times. Yep. There you go. Somebody just got put over in an ambulance.
Yeah, the ambulance, by the way, the ambulance match sucked.
Yeah, I'm glad. We're going to get to that. I got another shoot on that horrible pay-per-view, in my opinion.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I think...
You had to have seen it, though, because I saw you didn't.
I didn't see it.
The matches in the wrestling were actually really good.
The matches were good?
Yeah, other than the ambulance match.
I guess... Well, let's get to it now. All
right,
we'll wait.
Finish your thought.
My thought on The Rock, to end this, and we're in total agreement on this, I think the people that are bashing The Rock need to shut up. Whoever this anonymous person is, shut up.
The people that are bashing The Rock are the raging Cena fanboys.
Well, that is obvious.
And the little kids that don't know any better. They don't know who The Rock is.
Yeah.
Oh, he called my hero a Fruity Pebble. Shut up and go watch some old wrestling tapes, then learn what the hell a real wrestler is.
The Rock is back to make money for the company.
Yeah. The Rock,
not for himself.
Yeah, you say,
you don't need the money.
Oh, The Rock doesn't care about the company. Really?
The Rock could go make a Disney movie tomorrow.
The Rock himself is not back for the money. The Rock is back to bring the company more money.
I know this for a fact. A fact. If The Rock never wrestled again, he can still make more money than John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the top guy in the company.
Easily.
The Rock makes one Disney movie. He made already more money than Cena makes in a year. I know that for a fact. Go to Yahoo, Google, look at what the movie's budget and Rock's salary. The Rock is here to put over guys like John Cena. Because maybe Rock thinks Cena has a lot of...
He was kind of putting over Miz and Truth at Survivor Series.
Exactly.
Even though Miz got blamed for the low buy rates, which is bullcrap.
The Rock is putting over guys by just saying their names. Guys like Zack Ryder. Rock said on Twitter, it was after Survivor Series, he did a promo, and the fans in New York City, we want Ryder chants. While Rock's in the ring, Rock says he loves Zack Ryder. Boom. Zack Ryder is obviously a hit. Rock and Zack Ryder talk all the time on Twitter.
Yeah.
So you're telling me all these people, Rock don't care. Rock cares about these young guys.
Rock cares more about this company than Cena ever did. Cena cares about, the people in this arena, the people in this town. The Rock cares about the people all over the world.
And I'm not saying Cena don't care about of course he cares. Honestly, he's not doing it for his health. But I don't...
it used to be, the millions and millions.
Right.
No, now it's the billions and billions.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he moved on from wrestling.
Yep.
He still cares about wrestling, but he got into movies to expand his fan base.
We get it. he moved on from professional wrestling. We understand that, but
okay,
who cares?
He moved on from a sport that takes a lot of toll on your body physically, a lot of toll on your mind mentally, because you see your family 2 weeks out of the year. Something
Here's
like
a question, and I like Steve, but why don't anybody get on Stone Cold?
Yeah,
he did the same thing. He's an actor. Now, granted, Stone Cold's had a lot more injuries.
Of course, he did do a couple WWE movies too.
Yes. So maybe that's why they don't get. Why does it? Because CM Punk wants to have this big match with Stone Cold so bad.
Why did nobody complain about Hogan doing it?
Yeah. I mean, why is everyone harping on Rock? And we're not being Rock fanboys here. I like The Rock. You like The Rock.
Rob Van Dam has done movies. Batista has done movies. Ric Flair's done movies.
Now,
The Undertaker did a movie.
Yeah, Suburban Commando.
With Hulk.
So, but I think
the people that are bashing The Rock really don't know what they're saying.
I agree.
They're just buying into this bull crap that WWE is spouting at him, saying, "Oh, The Rock's bad. He left." You don't look at it without the WWE tinted shades on.
I agree. I'm interested to see what Rock has to say when he comes back next week. It's got me real pumped.
These marks need to take off the WWE tinted shades, the John Cena. Stop drinking the John Cena Kool-Aid and actually look at this with fresh eyes. Listen to it with virgin ears.
Yes.
And remember that The Rock is not in this for himself.
No, I can't believe that.
If The Rock was in it for the money, he would come back full time.
He's going to make this company
in it
money
to put John Cena over and other guys in the meantime.
Totally agree.
And he's doing it to make the company more.
He understands
money.
There's no business.
He's doing it for his fans, not only that were there before he went into movies, but for his newer fans to realize, hey, this is what I used to do, and I can still do this.
Yeah, the only way I see Rock winning is if there's a rematch and Cena wins the rematch, because it would not make sense that to Rock just win and never the match ever happen again, because Cena is still a working guy in the company. That's why I think Hulk should have put Shawn over back in the day. I mean, I like Hulk. I love Hulk. But he should have put Shawn Michaels over in their match because Shawn's still working.
Yeah.
Just like Cena is working every day, you got to put that guy over.
Yep.
I want The Rock to win.
But the thing is, Cena really doesn't need it. I mean, him beating The Rock.
He doesn't need it, but he's still there every day.
Yeah. And
why would you have a guy?
That's his argument. Oh, I'm here every week. Good for you. You're working yourself into an early grave.
But I think that's the thing, and I think when Rock does put him over, all these haters are going to be like, well, he had to. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
The Rock didn't have to come back to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that because, again, he hates wrestling or anything like that. No, he didn't have to come back just because he didn't want to.
And I guarantee, people bought Survivor Series anyways for The Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, you could blame Miz all you want. It would have been even a lower buy rate if Rock wasn't on that pay-per-view,
Honestly, I really don't get how people can blame one person on low ratings. Like, people always say, the ratings go down when Randy Orton's champion. Really? Is it really because it's Randy Orton? Is it really because it's Randy Orton, or is it really because, the product sucks
Maybe
anymore?
Randy's on SmackDown, and SmackDown's bad. You ever think
SmackDown is pre-recorded. You're going to lose viewers
When Randy
there.
was champion, he was having knockout of the ballpark matches with Christian.
I guarantee you, the SmackDown tonight, the live SmackDown tonight is going to pull in good ratings. And no, it's not because
it's live.
it's not going to be because Randy Orton's not there. Yeah, it's live.
And it's CM Punk and Daniel Bryan too.
Yeah,
that helps.
CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, we got a little bit of that, but we had Jericho interfere in that.
You mentioned though, it's live. It's going to get a good rating.
Yeah,
it's going to get a good rating.
And I mean, it just. People that blame ratings on a single person are just biased towards that person.
Yep.
People that say, SmackDown ratings down because Randy's champion. You don't like Randy. That's the only reason you
just
say
like people
that.
don't like Rock. I mean, so what?
Whatever. We've ran it for about a half an hour on
there we
stuff.
go.
We need to get into the pay-per-view, and we need to get into Raw.
We'll mention that let's just go Raw, because the pay-per-view, we're going to lead into it because everybody will know who won. Yeah. But we will give our thoughts about
the thoughts on the
final
pay-per-view.
product.
You already heard a little bit of it.
We'll do it before our questions.
Yeah.
So Raw starts with an Eve heel turn.
Starts with Eve heel turn.
Which I called for, baby. I was joking.
So stupid.
That's indeed.
And I love it that
I wish we could bring
that's
that
how
up.
that's how cold-hearted the Bellas are. They knew that Cena was standing behind her. They didn't say a damn
Yeah, what a bunch of
word.
bitches, huh? What a bunch of biatches. He's right there, but we're not going to say nothing.
My video, Mikey, my phone is on video. I want you to record me.
I'll say
walking
one
into
thing.
John Cena's.
I'll say one thing. At least they did something different with one of their goody-goody two-shoe divas.
Really? I mean,
you
will never.
She's
see,
not a good
you will
wrestler, but at
never
least they
see
did
that
something.
with Kelly Kelly.
I wish they did. I want to see a Kelly heel turn.
It ain't gonna happen. She can't be mean.
No?
I don't think you could surgically remove that smile off her face.
So Cena rants down Eve in the middle of the ring.
Calls her a hoskie.
Which was,
And
by the way, the
trending,
number one
worldwide.
Yeah.
We're starting to sound like Michael Cole.
I know. God.
But it was, though.
It was.
It was number one worldwide trending on Twitter.
I didn't believe him until I went on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
I saw it too.
It was over Snoop Dogg and Chris Brown and all these other jabronis.
Anything can be over Chris Brown. Screw that.
By the way, did you see CM Punk call out Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Call him a woman beater?
Said one of his fans said they should go at it in an MMA fight.
Yeah. Oh, CM Punk would whoop Chris.
Oh.
Chris Brown is a
Chris
poser.
Brown is a douchebag.
And I'm sorry, I said this on my Facebook and on Twitter. This had nothing to do with wrestling. The people that defend this son of a gun are sick.
They are sick. Because I've seen people.
You don't hit a woman.
No, ever.
Period.
I mean,
It's a whole other
and,
show.
And there's people saying, "Oh, well, it's fine for a woman to hit a man." No, nobody should be hitting anybody.
No, it's not right either way.
A
but
man
the bottom
should never
line,
raise his hand in anger to a woman, just like a woman should never raise her hand in anger to a man.
and CM Punk, I was totally on his side for this.
Oh yeah,
he was
I've
totally right.
seen like on videos of people talking about Chris Brown on YouTube.
He's so talented.
Women saying, "Oh, I'd let him beat me anytime."
Sick.
You women are sick.
That's sickening. That's disgusting.
Let's take you to an MMA fight. Let those guys wail on you for an hour and see how you feel.
No kidding. Chuck Liddell
And
giving backspin punches to a woman.
I'm not endorsing
No.
abusing women. That was just a scenario.
No, I agree. People
Chris
are sick.
Brown is just a freaking douchebag. And if for some reason Chris Brown somehow listens to this, you suck.
Yeah, you suck. Go
You
run
can
it.
sing a little bit. You still beat a woman.
Yeah.
You are the scum of the earth.
Yep. Pretty much.
Anyways, back on topic.
We got a lot of rage. We haven't been on for 2 weeks.
2 weeks is pent up.
So Raw, I thought was okay.
It was all right.
I don't think it was bad.
It wasn't
It's
terrible.
WrestleMania time.
Yeah,
I'm excited. That's the
I don't
thing.
think since the Royal Rumble, there's been a really like a downright bad
No,
Raw.
I agree with
the
that.
road to WrestleMania almost always yields
Yeah.
good shows.
Yep, I agree.
I can't
agree.
say much for SmackDown because I can't really watch it. But
This
if I do
Raw-
watch it, I watch it muted.
I don't know what the ratings are, but I'm sure this Raw got a huge rating. It's because it's the first Raw leading to WrestleMania.
Yep.
We were kind of wondering where they were going to go with the chamber matches. Both champions walked out, Punk and Daniel Bryan.
We'll get to it later.
Okay.
What I have in mind, we'll get to it later when we start talking about the paper.
I know where you're going. I have a good feeling. By the way, we'll get to it. I know where you're going, and
Yeah.
I'll say I read something on NoDQ.com. By the way, shameless plug there about that certain person. I think I know where you're going.
Certain person.
Starts with an S. He was in the chamber. Antino. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not. Okay. So we'll get to that in a second. I thought Raw was it was okay. The matches were nothing great.
I even said it on our Facebook. I give it a 3 out of 5. It was good.
Raw.
It was good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought again, I'm trying not to open up another bad can of worms. I thought the Cena stuff was okay. I thought the Triple H Undertaker promo was pretty good. Actually, probably Triple H Undertaker was honestly
was probably
the
the highlight of the night.
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
I'm just not thrilled for that.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not pumped for this match. This will be the third time,
Yep.
second by WWE logic, that we'll see them go at it.
I'm sold just because of the Hell in the Cell. I think it's going to be a good match.
This is the first time Hell in a Cell has been at WrestleMania since what?
The Undertaker Boss Man.
Yeah, exactly.
These
that
two
was
guys.
WrestleMania, what, 15?
Yep. So
that's
it's been a while.
13 years.
The one good thing out of this is they're probably going to get rid of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I thought about that last night.
probably
You don't think so?
not.
That's in October. Well, that's true. They have a long
Yeah.
time. I
See,
think
this is something that
now
kind of
something that
this match is kind of something that warrants going outside of that pay-per-view.
exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. And somebody, I think it was our buddy Eric Green on Facebook, said this is how you build a Hell in a Cell
Exactly.
match.
You don't just
This
say,
is how
"Oh,
you
hey,
book.
here's a pay-per-view." You go in a Hell in a
You
Cell.
have history here. You need to end a
you have
feud.
history. You have animosity. You need to end the feud. You go Hell in a Cell.
Now I agree with that.
Yes.
From a standpoint and a booking standpoint,
Definitely.
smart job.
Definitely smart.
That was because, like you said, well, it could have been a last man standing. Yes, but you want to sell even more tickets? You put Hell in a Cell with Undertaker, Triple H. Undertaker and anybody in Hell in a Cell is going to sell.
Yeah.
Sell,
But
sell, sell.
Here is my grief with
Mm-hmm.
this. This feud is so heated. It's like for 2 years this
Right.
feud has been going on.
Right.
And you finally put it in Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
But you've changed the Hell in a Cell. It's taller. Nothing's going to happen off
Yeah.
of it. This match needs high spots. This
Yeah, I
match
agree.
needs a little bit
God.
of blood. This
Yep.
match needs a couple chair shots to the head. Because I
Yep.
remember they did that last year and Triple H got fined over it.
Yeah, even his father-in-law fined him. Triple H beat the
This
hell out of
match
Taker.
calls for taking
Violence.
the WWE PG rulebook, and throwing it out the damn window.
I agree. I totally
This
agree.
match needs to go balls to the wall, old school, almost attitude era
I
style.
agree. Even if it's for one match.
Yes.
I'd be happy with that. One match, balls to the wall, Triple H is a bloody mess.
Both of them be a
Both
bloody
of them.
mess.
I agree. And I think Taker is going to win.
I think Taker will win by the skin of his teeth because, honestly, like I said
I think it's going to
before,
be a good match. I do.
I'm not saying it's going to be good, but it's old. We've seen it before. They said, "Oh, we pushed each other to your limits last year."
But
then what are you going to do
Who
this
you book?
year?
But the thing is, who do you book Undertaker with
Well,
this
he
year?
was pushing for Barrett a few years ago, but that
would
doesn't have
would
much
that
of a
really get
build-up.
you excited, though?
No.
And I like Barrett.
Did
You do
him and
too.
Giant Gonzalez get anybody all?
Hey,
"Oh,
that's
God,
exactly.
yeah.
That's another
Oh,
thing.
yes."
Would you be really excited with Undertaker Miz?
No.
I mean, it doesn't have that. Undertaker Miz could be a good match, but it doesn't have that.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yes,
I don't even know what that means.
That I
but
think, Troy. I think that's why they did this match. Not because I'm sure
And of
Taker
course,
and
you know-
H are like, oh, well, we've done this before, but
Did you notice the Marty McFly style of coaxing him that he did to Triple H last
Oh,
He
Lord.
basically just said, "Marty, you're a chicken." Nobody calls me a chicken now.
I liked when
You're a
Undertaker
coward.
Taker basically said Shawn Michaels was better than Triple H, and that's what really fired him up.
Yeah. And
I thought that was cool.
Did you notice that Taker did not show off the short hair?
Let's get to that because
He came out in almost a ministry-esque style robe with the hood. You could clearly see there's no hair, under there, or it's extremely short.
He's either got very short hair or he's completely bald.
Or he's got like shoulder length, but he had it back in a ponytail.
Now, I was told everybody is going haywire and saying that he's going to become the American
No,
badass
he's
again.
not.
No, he's not. Why would he come out with that gown?
Really?
Why would the American badass ride out in a bath shower? you know, whatever the hell he was wearing last night.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. The American badass is not coming
No,
back.
I like the American badass, but this
It's what he came to the business with.
Don't do that at this point in this feud.
Right.
Triple H.
Why would he do
Triple
it?
H the first time already fought the American badass.
Exactly.
But again, WWE wants you to just say, "Hey, yeah, that never happened."
Even though that was the best match.
Yeah. Oh
I
God,
thought
yes,
so.
that was the best match they had. Of course,
Triple
that
H
was
hits him
Falls
in
Count
that-
Anywhere, wasn't it? Because I remember
they beat the hell out of each other all over
Yeah,
Houston.
I think it was.
And then
I think it was Falls Count Anywhere.
I think it was definitely no DQ. It was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, as last
year, but it was better.
Yeah.
Last year was a good match. But
Yes.
the year before that WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
What a great Mania that was. Rock and Austin. That's when Austin
Rock
turned
and
heel.
Austin. That's when the double turn happened.
Yep. That was probably one of the best Manias.
Yep.
It was like the TLC match was on that card.
TLC, Rock Austin with double
Oh, my
turn, Triple
God.
H Undertaker for the first time.
Yeah. That was a great match.
But I mean, I'm just not as pumped as I feel like I should be about this match.
I think as you get closer, you might be. I think when you see the match, you'll enjoy it. But I think
I'll
you'll say,
enjoy it, but again, in the back of my mind, I'll be thinking, why?
I think if they add Sean into it somehow, I think that'll pique up a lot of interest
Yeah.
too. I think they will. I think Sean should be like a referee or like something. I don't know. I think this. I don't know. the Hell in a Cell is going to think about the card, Troy. I mean, other than let's think about the card now.
Yeah,
you have a Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker and
Money
H.
in the Bank match,
possibly
Cena, Rock, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, which I do believe Orton's going to be thrown in there.
Which is fine.
You're going to have Jericho, Punk.
Yep.
You're going to have the obligatory Divas segment.
I would be cool with Karma versus Beth.
I'm still waiting for Karma to come back.
I think
she came
will.
back at the Rumble, but haven't seen anything from her.
I think this could be a great Mania.
It could be.
I hope it's not a letdown.
It could be, but we know WWE's track record.
Yes, we do. We do.
They could build this pay-per-view up, make it seem like the greatest thing ever, and from the first match, it just goes downhill from there.
I mean, if you look at this from a card standpoint, this is one of the best cards in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Cena and Rock was huge. Then you all of a sudden go, let's do a Hell in a Cell match.
Let's do a Hell in a Cell.
Crap.
Let's do a Hell in a Cell. Let's bring back the WrestleMania Money in the Bank. Let's throw Punk and Jericho in there.
And you know what? That's cool because we're paying $50, $60 for this thing.
60 if you want HD.
Yeah, which, by the way, brings me to the Chamber. You cannot expect people, guys, Vince, to pay $50, $40, $45 for this crap. And yeah, the wrestling was okay, but if you had to pay for it, I think we have too many pay-per-views. We have way too many.
I think they should do one every other month.
That or just do old school. Maybe even six pay-per-views.
That would be one every other month.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm thinking Rumble, Survivor Series,
WrestleMania,
Mania,
SummerSlam,
and Money in the Bank, maybe.
Money in the Bank.
Am I missing one of the big ones?
And
that was it.
No, there's the big four. No.
Oh, that's right. So
WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble,
SummerSlam,
Money in the Bank.
I'd be cool with 5.
Yeah, just the big 5.
Yeah, I'd be cool with 5 because that way you can actually build to the events. I am pretty big.
Well, there you go. You get that 5. That leaves a 2-month gap. That would be between the Rumble and Mania.
I know some people. I know this is totally off topic. I know maybe some of our listeners actually watch UFC, and UFC's real. This is not.
Yeah.
But the way that they do things, they have like UFC 110, UFC 111. They like if Brock. I know he's retired now, but if Brock was fighting at like say UFC 140 and he wins, his next fight might not be till UFC 145.
Yeah.
4 months away, and whoever he's fighting, they build it up. They have video packages just like Vince does. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I think it should be. Because back in the day, if you had Hogan and Warrior at WrestleMania 6 and it was announced at the Rumble, you had January, February, March, 4 months to build that match.
Yep.
That's the way I would do it. Honestly, I'm not Vince.
No.
But I think this pay-per-view, it wasn't bad from what you said, but the main event sucked.
I actually saw. Yeah, the main event did not need to be the main event.
What the hell?
Why did the main event of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, a pay-per-view that focuses on the Elimination Chamber,
right?
Why was the main event of that pay-per-view an ambulance match?
I don't even like two-chamber matches.
It's only the second one we've had.
Yeah.
It's not that good of a match.
I am so against two-chamber matches, 2 Hell in a Cell matches on the same night. It loses its swagger. Speaking of which,
Speaking of swagger, he had an impromptu match there.
What a waste.
Again, it was against Justin Gabriel. They're starting something with that. And Gabriel is a good worker. I'm just sad that he had to associate himself with the freaking company midget. Get rid of Hornswoggle.
You know what?
He doesn't do it. Oh, he sells shirts. I don't care.
Jack Swagger, he needs an upgrade. He is so boring and
what happened to old Jack Swagger before he won the World Heavyweight title?
Honestly, I think he should just not talk. It makes him sound horrible. I hate to say it like
his
that.
Actions do the talking.
Yeah.
Like Undertaker was for the first like 2 years.
They need to repackage his whole gimmick.
Get rid of this whole.
I don't even like him as a U.S. champ.
Blah 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 blah.
That's another thing. Too many belts. Cut down on the belts. We could do a whole nother show on that. But I just think, you had like 4 announced matches on this pay-per-view.
And then a random Jack Swagger, Justin Gabriel match for the U.S. title.
I would be very mad if I would have paid $45. Now, if I went
glad I
Dutch on
didn't.
with people like, hey, we all paid like $5.
Really?
Like Rumble wasn't great, but we all paid.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Yeah.
But I would have felt raped if I would have went home.
Rumble was
big letdown.
completely
A letdown.
a total letdown from
Yeah. That's
other
why we are
Rumbles.
hoping and praying. Now, we're not saying this pay-per-view is TNA bad.
Oh God, no! Although Russo and his son
Hey!
are both gone from TNA.
There is a God!
I might. Well, no, I can't because I'm.
You were almost going to watch TNA.
I was almost going to.
Any word on who the head writer is?
Nope.
Did we discuss this? We did.
No. We touched on it.
We thought maybe Al Snow should have been a
Oh
booker,
yeah.
head
Al
booker.
Snow, D'Lo Brown, Simon Diamond.
They're all there.
They are.
Somebody's obviously they got somebody in mind.
Yeah.
Russo is gone.
Dutch Mantel, shut up. Anyways, we need to get back on track. The pay-per-view, this is what I was talking about earlier. This thoroughly pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
The pay-per-view opens with the WWE title chamber match.
Which was the bigger of the two.
Which was
I
the
thought.
bigger of the two and was the better of the two.
Yeah.
It goes from that. I don't know why they don't. Well, okay, I do actually understand why they actually do one at the beginning, one at the end, because you don't want a hot crowd going from one chamber straight into the other.
Which I understand that.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
But I don't know why they build the SmackDown chamber higher than the Raw chamber. That made no sense. The Raw chamber was the vastly superior chamber match.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It went from the Raw chamber to the Divas match, which was surprisingly good.
Really?
It was Beth Phoenix
Tamina,
and
yes.
Tamina.
I heard that
and it
was good.
Surprisingly good. The only thing I didn't like about it is Tamina's Superfly Splash.
Right.
It's always kind of cockeyed.
She needs to go ask Daddy how to do it.
Yeah,
right.
she always lands on her knees first and just kind of down on her.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she's gonna bust her knees.
She a big girl.
It went. She ain't good. She's kind of hard to look at, but
Tamina. I'm Tamina.
but yeah, it went Raw Chamber women's match.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel and Swagger.
Right. That was pretty much it,
And
right?
What was the other match? Yeah, there was only 3
Oh,
announced
Cena and
matches.
Kane at the end.
Yeah, there were 4. Shut up. Then it went to the SmackDown match, which again pissed me off, and it wasn't because of its placement. The match just sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it didn't suck, but there was 2 wasted spots with Kali and Santino.
Now let's talk about the push.
And Kali was in the match for maybe 3 minutes and
Right.
got eliminated. There was no point. Oh, he draws in the Indian people. If these people like WWE, it doesn't matter if Kali is gone or not. They're still going to watch.
What do you think of the Santino push that he's been getting?
Stupid.
Because I have
He's
word.
a freaking joke character.
I have word on
His
that.
finisher is a little. Here, hold still.
Ready? Oh, the Cobra!
Did that hurt?
No, it did not.
They're supposed to say, "Oh, it hits a nerve. It hits a nerve." No, it doesn't. He pokes him.
I'd like to see what the Sheik has to think about or
Oh,
has to
God.
say about Frick. Hey, Sheik. What do you think about Santino Marella and his latest push? Fuck Santino Marella! I make him humble, make him bang. There you go. Hey,
Sheik, you gotta clean that up.
Clean that up. Bob the janitor's not going to be happy with you, nasty guy.
Oh, God.
I have word on why he was
Santino-
getting that push.
Why?
Jeremy Lin. And if you guys don't know who that is,
I heard about this, and
he's a player for the New York Knicks who came out of nowhere.
He's the Tebow of the NBA.
Yes, basically. And Vince or whoever is writing thought it would be cool or funny to have kind of this story of this guy that sucks for so long, which, okay. But you're putting Santino over guys like Cody. He pinned Wade Barrett. He pinned
Wade Barrett.
He pinned Cody.
Cody.
Right. For a guy that had no build-up.
He eliminated 2 people in the big battle royal last night.
Yes, he did, by the way. He
actually hit Daniel Bryan with the Cobra, and Daniel Bryan kicked out. Good.
Oh, thank
The Cobra
God.
is built up
He
like
hit
a
Jericho
freaking-
with it,
yeah,
too.
The Cobra is built up like a freaking death blow. It's not. It's a poke.
It is.
They need to stop this crap. Oh, it hits a nerve. I will.
And
You're hitting a freaking nerve with me.
Yeah. Now, getting back, I just had to ask. I don't think the push is. He's not going to win a belt.
No,
it's
he
not going to happen.
might win
Like
Intercontinental or
yeah,
US.
fine, whatever.
He won it on his debut match against Umaga when he was supposedly just a guy out of the crowd in Milan.
Which I kind of like that.
He's Canadian, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, there you go. What's that about?
What's that about, eh?
What's that about?
Hey, we get free healthcare.
Hey, we love Canada, by the way. Shout out to Canada.
Oh, Canada.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Petey Williams.
There you go.
No, I'm not saying Petey Williams is better than Bret Hart.
No.
I like Petey Williams.
Lord Jesus.
I love the Canadian Destroyer, too.
Nice ass move. So Raw ends with the Battle Royal. We got to touch on.
We're not going to touch on everything else?
Why should we? There wasn't much else.
We're not going
We
to
hit
touch
the
on
big
that.
things.
No, we're not going to touch. We didn't touch on the ambulance match.
Oh, from Chamber?
You don't want to.
No, we don't. Let's move on.
It was terrible. Let's just say that.
Let's move on. I agree.
The ambulance match ended with Cena going up top on the ambulance, and Kane went up there, and he gave him the FU. Yes, I still call it that. I don't care what you say. He gave him the FU onto like a Sealy Posturepedic bed covered up by cardboard.
Yeah.
And then he picked him up and threw him in the ambulance, and it drove away. Honestly, if you ask me, people are saying, "Oh, he finally embraced the hate." No, he didn't. This
think
basically killed any thoughts of a heel turn. If you ask me,
we'll see. I think I don't know what they're going to do with Kane.
And he was talking
now.
during the match again. He got on the microphone during the match again.
Oh, jeez.
So stupid.
I don't know why.
Anyway,
where Kane.
It ended with that, and then Raw picks up with Eve turning heel.
Right. Blah blah blah.
All that.
There was a
garbage.
battle royal at the end that we knew. Which, by the way,
I also read on NoDQ.com plug.
Right.
The Triple H Undertaker went over about 8 minutes.
I saw that,
and that's
they went
why
a
the
little long.
Divas tag team match was like a minute, if that.
Well, thanks to Triple H and Undertaker for that.
Why didn't you just cut the damn match then? And that's also why
Cena was already in the ring.
Why Cena was already in the ring. Why didn't you just cut the damn Divas match? We're not gonna die if we don't have a Divas segment.
I agree.
I would actually applaud not having a Divas. Anyways, we already had one with the Bellas and Eve at the start of the show.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even remember most of the matches from Raw.
David Otunga.
Oh my God!
Beat
Ezekiel Jackson. David Odunga, as I call him.
This match was
poop.
horrible.
He's poopy. He's awful.
Zeke's not great, but he's got a little bit more talent than... I mean, he's more powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke looks like a monster.
That right there should have given Otunga the loss right there.
Right, because David Otunga's a big guy.
And the worst part about it was that Laurinaitis came down with Otunga, and Laurinaitis had nothing to do with the match.
No. And Teddy Long looked weak after that.
Zeke lost clean.
Yeah.
To David Odunga.
How much longer?
He lost clean to Mr. Hudson.
When you're standing next to me, I hate that stupid theme music.
I like that music. It just needs to go back to Justin Gabriel where it started.
Yeah. And then, then
See,
you got holla. Teddy Long was on. Dude, he was on fire.
Like Pee Wee Herman's fairy godmother player.
Hey, holla.
But yeah, I don't. Why in the hell did Teddy Long pick Zeke?
I don't know.
He could have picked Big Show.
Well, yeah, he could have. Well, if he would have beat Big Show, people would have threw batteries.
Oh God.
They would have threw Jennifer Hudson at him. I don't know.
Your wife. Ah!
Yeah. So our questions of the week.
It's.
By the way, before the Battle Royal.
The Battle Royal.
Which was so predictable, though.
It was all right. It was
okay.
predictable, but it was decent.
Punk, I was paying more attention to Punk on commentary.
Yeah.
Wearing his blazer with his wrestling
his commentary blazer. But okay, the SmackDown Elimination Chamber, Khali was the first eliminated.
Yes.
The Battle Royal, Khali was the first eliminated.
They all ganged up on him.
What does that tell you? WWE doesn't give a flying F about Khali.
Why did they bring him back? Seriously.
I've heard reports that they're doing it because Ring Ka King, TNA's Indian promotion, is doing so well. They're trying to pull viewers away from that. You're not going to.
No.
And again,
not with the Khali.
And TNA, hint, your side project should not be more popular than your main freaking product.
I agree. I agree. You know,
and I would watch Ring Ka King on like YouTube.
Yeah.
I can't understand the commentators.
No, I can't either. I can't either. It's kind of hard. I've tried
it's all in Hindi or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But they speak in English. Like Magnus or whoever gets in the ring, they speak in English. So
Right.
you can kind of go from there, but that's about it. You can't understand any video packages.
Yeah. So either way, Jericho wins the
Jericho
Battle Royal.
wins the Rumble.
The Rumble.
Battle Royal.
We knew that was going to happen. So now you got CM Punk, Jericho. Huge match. I think this match is going to be, they're going to talk people into the building.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need to talk people going to buy Mania.
Really?
With
With
we said, it's going to be good.
With WrestleMania, you either buy it or you don't.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Which I'm definitely we're buying. That pay-per-view is going to be
Definitely.
off the hook. If it ain't, I'll be shocked. And I probably won't care because I'll be drunk anyways. So,
I'm
this match sucks.
definitely bringing me a 12-pack and a bottle of bottle of something.
No doubt. So we were going to do questions of the week, but our questions are not loading. Our computer here in the studio is slow as F. So, I can't remember what the questions were. I just remember they're on my phone. And that's another problem. My phone's dead. So I have no way to get to the questions. Do you remember anything that somebody's asked us this week?
No.
It's kind of hard. What are you going to do?
I see it there on the thing, though. One more thing to talk about. If you guys have not checked out the new WWE YouTube page, which is the same page, they're just doing new shows.
It's a lot better.
It is. If you look up WWE Are You Serious?
Yes.
It's got 3 episodes. It's hosted by Josh Matthews and the Road Dogg.
Yep.
And all it is them going back and ripping on old promos, like WCW promos. Like the latest episode, it was Sid Vicious and Vader.
Yep.
And Sting and Davey Boy.
Yeah.
And they were it's like on the beach. It's supposed to be like Normandy.
Yeah.
And Harley Race is there.
Yeah, it's
with managing Sid. And,
oh God, it's so bad.
And they're talking about, they get a shot of Sting. And he's wearing these like lime green shorts. And they're saying, "My God, those things got to glow in the dark."
Oh, that whole.
It's funny. Also, look up WWE Download hosted by Dolph Ziggler. It's basically like Tosh.0 or like was it Ridiculousness hosted by Rob Deirdrick.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of like Talk Soup. Mm-hmm. Or The Soup, as it's called now, whatever. But yeah, it's hosted by Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph,
does
a good job.
Yeah, it's funny. He's very
Plus, they've
funny.
also taken jabs at Morrison. They take jabs at Ziggler. They took a jab at Christian in the newest one.
Yeah, I saw
So
it.
Dolph is kind of furthering storylines, even as, he's not even really in the ring.
Yeah. So
have you found our questions yet?
No. I think we'll just do them next week. I'll write them down somewhere.
Yeah, we'll write them down.
But I will say
we will
one other
get to
thing.
them.
This broke a little while ago, this week, or late last week. They interviewed Shaq.
Yes, I heard about that. Yes.
I posted it on our Facebook.
The Hall of Game Awards.
The Hall of Game Awards.
That's so stupid. I saw that. I even posted something about it on our Twitter and on our Facebook.
Yes.
What the hell is the Hall of Game, and why was The Miz there?
I don't know. But it's funny
it's
because
from Cartoon Network.
It is.
That's about it.
Shaq says he's going to be at Mania.
He says
and he's going to fight the Big Show.
He will
Spoiler.
Be, no.
he didn't say that?
He said he will be at WrestleMania.
Oh.
He didn't say that he will wrestle at WrestleMania.
I think he will. I think
will.
it's something. Mania is going to be fun.
He will. Because you've always got to have that celebrity segment.
Yeah, and Shaq would be a good one.
They hinted at it when Shaq was the guest host, and Shaq is a big wrestling fan.
Yes, he is.
It's going to happen.
It's going to be fun. Him and Big Show is. It's not going to be a good match, but it's going to be funny as hell.
I still want to see the LeBron James Miz match.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know,
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
I think LeBron's too big of a chicken to do it.
I'll
get hurt.
Miz is going to be jobbing in the Money in the Bank match, so I'm sure that's going to happen. Have fun, Miz.
Mike,
as we head out tonight,
I don't know what Mike did. What the Miz did.
I don't know.
I'm calling him Mike like I know him personally.
Hey, Mike. Hey, we'll come to your house at Parma, drink beer. So as we end tonight's show, I think we need to end it with the latest guy going into the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
The one, the only, Ron Simmons. Damn! There you go. Little APA.
Yeah, APA is not really, the Acolytes APA is not really Ron Simmons. Well, actually, it was when he was.
It was.
Damn! They would always do damn and then hit in with this music.
Yeah. Acolytes, man, they were ass-kicking, dude.
I love them.
JBL probably going to be introducing him in the hall.
There's something on Twitter. Or that's not Twitter. I don't remember where I heard it, but people asked him either on his Facebook or on his Twitter,
right?
And he's dancing around the issue. And the only answer to that is, yeah, he can't say it right now,
right?
But yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And also talking about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's pretty much been confirmed that next week with The Rock at Raw, he is going to be announcing Yokozuna in the Hall of Fame.
His cousin, I believe.
His cousin, yes.
So, there you go.
And, I mean, that's family. I understand that. And I'm still pissed off that Edge is going in over Macho Man.
Yeah, I know. But we're going to have to... Right now, it's a pretty good class, though.
It is a good class.
If you go by name.
I mean, Edge going in, I can understand that. He was good. Okay. Not now.
No.
Too soon for him.
Too soon. So...
Anyways.
Good show today.
Good show. We had a lot of rage pent up in us after 2 weeks.
You got to let us get it back into it here. We'll be here back next week. And again, on Twitter, Outside the Ring, #1. Facebook, Outside the Ring. Email Troy.
Outside the Ring 316 at gmail.com.
Yes, I apologize for my phone being dead and the computer is slow.
I'd rather your phone be dead than going off interrupting us.
Yes.
Like the ambulance that went. And I quote.
Yes. Shut your mouth, Michael Cole.
I have that on my phone.
Yeah, I know you do. We will get to, I promise, the guys, the people that sent me text messages and the people that sent us questions.
See, guys, the more text messages you send him, the more dead his phone's going to be.
Thanks
when
a lot,
he gets
guys.
Here.
Blowing up my phone like Joey Numbers.
Email it. I check the email every day. Your message will get read.
Yes, we'll get to your questions next week. I promise. I will save them. I'll read them and I'll write them down when I get home tonight. So, for the one and only Stone Cold, Troy Austin. You had nothing today.
Nothing.
We got to get back into this here.
We do.
It sucks. And I am the one, the only. I'm going to go home, maybe drink a beer or two. Maybe some adult beverages. No adult porno, though. Jason Murphy! Yeah, baby! That's a big one right there for Big Bertha Faye. Remember her?
Oh, God.
That's when we wrap up the show. That's nasty.
Yeah,
on the count of 3, Ron Simmons, baby. Damn! See you next week on Outside the Ring.
Doses.